Americanpickers star opens up about Fritz's addiction. Hello everyone. My name is Emma. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Up on the reality show Americanpickers, Mike Wolf and Fritz were well known to viewers for their friendship and their prowess in locating unique items across the country. Unfortunately, Fritz died in September of this year. Wolf addressed his friend Fritz's addiction problems and dispelled certain myths regarding their relationship prior to Fritz's passing. Wolf discussed Fritz's addiction problems in a recent interview with People. Wolf told the publication straight out that he couldn't relay Fritz's story in its entirety since it was his to tell. However, he did discuss what transpired in their connection and his involvement in it. The truth is that only he has the authority to share his story. I don't, Wolf told People. However, I believe I have the right to share my own story of how I and many others found it difficult to deal with what was happening in his life. Wolf continued by saying that Fritz's drug addiction during the pandemic, after they had both been going through difficult times in their relationships, completely altered their bond. Everything changed when he developed an opioid addiction, Wolf stated. He discussed his attempts to put on an intervention, how he tried to support Fritz and understand how difficult it was to watch his friend go through this. It was really difficult to watch Frank do some of the things that he was doing, he remarked. During this period, Fritz made posts implying that he and Wolf had not communicated for years. That wasn't the case, according to Wolf, who was still there for his friend but could see Fritz's point of view. The show had abandoned Fritz in the eyes of the people. Fans were perplexed when it was revealed that he was no longer on Americanpickers, but Wolf admitted that he felt conflicted about leaving Fritz behind. They're saying, "Listen, we need to get over this. We must continue doing this," Wolf stated. "We were merely attempting to determine our course of action." Wolf continued by describing how he eventually reached out to Fritz after Fritz made a remark about their friendship. Wolf remarked, "I am aware of how critical the public can be. Because I knew it wasn't him speaking, it was really simple for me to forgive him when we eventually spoke again. His addiction was speaking." Americanpickers star Mike Wolf breaks silence. Inside Fritz's collapse from health crisis to addiction, and why he couldn't save his friend. Mike Wolf, co-host of Americanpickers, has shattered the silence and delivered a heart-wrenching account of Fritz's descent, from a painkiller addiction to his final devastating breakdown. The honest and emotional revelations expose the real reason behind Fritz's exit from the beloved show. For years, viewers watched Fritz and Wolf roam America in search of antiques, forging a bond that began in middle school. But when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, everything changed. Fritz suffered a serious back injury that required surgery, and coupled with personal turmoil, it created what Wolf called a perfect storm. That time off triggered an opioid addiction that swiftly spiraled out of control. Wolf insisted, "I don't have the right to tell his story, only he does." Yet he could no longer stay silent. He recounted how he and other loved ones staged an intervention, only for Fritz to initially put on a brave front. "I'm fine. I'm fine. No, I'm really fine." But that facade didn't fool Wolf, and certainly didn't address the deeper struggle. As production resumed, producers asked Fritz for negative drug tests, but he couldn't provide them. "The network just finally made the decision," Wolf shared. "We have to move on. We have to keep going." He admitted the decision tore him apart, but the show had to continue. Fritz, meanwhile, revealed that long before his public struggles, he had entered rehab for alcohol abuse. While sober for nearly a year, a relapse underscored the painful reality of addiction's grip. Looking back, he lamented, "I wish I had done it sooner, or I wouldn't be in the position that I am right now." The friendship fractured, though not irreparably. Despite rumors of a total split, Wolf emphasized they never fully disconnected. Their emotional reunion, described simply as beautiful, came before Fritz's tragic stroke and ultimate passing in September 2024 at age 60. Wolf was by his side in his final moments, holding his hand, telling him he loved him and gently urging him, "Just go find your mom." It was a scene both wrenching and deeply human. Now, as Americanpickers carries on without one of its founding faces, Wolf remains haunted, but hopeful. He wants fans to remember Fritz not for his tragedy, but for his wit, warmth, and the profound humanity he brought to every road trip and every discovery. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, American Pickers 24, and stay with TS.